going to be part 2 in the Best of series. The first one I did was Best of NYX makeup. And today's video is going to be my top favorite best products that I reach for, and I think it's one of my favorite brands apart from Maybelline that I feel always brings out new products that I fall in love with quickly and find myself repurchasing over and over again. Kind of like to refer to L'Oreal as the fancy drugstore brand, maybe because it's L'Oreal Paris. I think about Paris and how fancy couture fashion comes from France, how the highest fashion trends come from Paris, and I just associate that L'Oreal is this kind of high-end drugstore brand. So I thought it'd be kind of fun after doing the NYX one that's more of an affordable drugstore brand to do sort of a kind of higher end drugstore brand. So L'Oreal has a bunch of makeup, from lip products to contouring powders to foundations, primers, and they even have nail polish, not to mention recently adding brow products. The only thing I don't have to share with you guys today is a mascara. I haven't really found a top-notch, like perfect holy grail mascara from L'Oreal. If you guys can recommend one to me below, please do that because I'd definitely love to try some out. And also if you have recommendations for matte foundations from L'Oreal, what you think is the best for oily to combination skin, leave that down below as well. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. Starting off with primers, I have two. They're both illuminating primers. They can also double as highlights, and they're cream products. So the first one I have is a holy grail product for me that I have repurchased bottle after bottle, and I actually have not seen it at Ulta lately and in a lot of drugstores, so I don't know if it's been discontinued, and I really hope not because I love this product. And it's the Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. It comes out as if it's a very creamy pearlescent glowy highlight. This is used to prime your skin with, to mix in with your foundation, or to simply wear as a cream highlight on top of your cheekbones. I really love this product. A little bit goes the longest of ways, and you can even use it as an eyeshadow. The other cream illuminator is more recent, and it is their True Match Lumi Liquid Glow Illuminator. This one is in the shade number W101 Golden. It's the prettiest of the three. I believe there's a pinky one, and then there's a white one called Ice. I really like this golden one to use as a highlight. I even like to mix it in with cream bronzers to give me more of that glowy sheen in the summer months. It's a really nice, affordable cream highlight. I do not like their powder highlights that came out with the collection that these came out with, but the creams are amazing. Depending on your skin tone, you may prefer the white one or the pinky one, but I highly recommend this glowy golden one. Now moving on to concealer, my holy grail and absolute favorite concealer from the drugstore has to go to this True Match Super Blendable Concealer. I really like it, I think, because not only is it so creamy, it gives a lot of product, so when you apply it on, you might feel like, oh wow, it's a little bit too much, but don't worry about it because it's so easy to blend. Your skin kind of soaks it up and it just creates this natural radiant look underneath of your eyes if you're going to contour and highlight. If you're just using it to spot correct, then I would find one closer to your skin tone. But I go about 2 to 3 shades lighter than my foundation shade because I love to conceal underneath the eyes to brighten and just really make it look awake. Mine is in the shade Fair W123, and the other reason why I really like it is because it has a brush tip applicator. So it's really easy to apply that product underneath of the eyes, kind of blend it out, and then I'll go in with a concealer brush. My favorite is the one from e.l.f. But this is my favorite concealer of every single concealer in a drugstore. I would buy this one over and over again by the truckful because it's my favorite. Now moving on to foundation, I have powder foundation and liquid foundation. Starting with the powder foundation, I love their True Match Super Blendable Powder. This one is in Natural Beige, number W4. It's the closest to my skin tone. I will use this on a day-to-day basis if I just want a quick powder touch-up to even out the skin tone and just, you know, get rid of any redness or anything like that. And this one seems to match me quite well, Natural Beige. Or if I want to touch up a liquid foundation, I may pat a little bit of this on the areas that tend to get shiny, which is usually the center of my face. And then I love the Super Blendable Powder in C8 Cocoa for contouring. I actually used it today. It's this kind of warm, almost reddish brown, but it doesn't look muddy, it doesn't look too orange on the skin, and it gives you this nice structure. Really nice powder for contouring for fair to even light medium skin tones. I think it's amazing. This is obviously a powder foundation for darker skin tones, but it works wonderfully as a contouring powder. And again, it's C8 Cocoa. They're so incredibly easy to blend. They're amazing. I love these L'Oreal face powders. They're really creamy. And then the last of the powders is their True Match blush. And this is my favorite blush from their blush line. There's a darker one I really like, but I couldn't find it for this video because I've started packing. We will be moving this summer. But this is the one I've been reaching for a lot, especially right now in the summertime. It gives you this nice peachy glow, and it's actually called Apricot Kiss. And I never known know, do you say apricot or apricot? I always say apricot, but I hear people say apricot all the time, and I'm just like, is that the way to say it? Because I always think it's apricot. But anyways, this blush gives you a really nice sheen that has some peachiness to it. Kind of like an apricot, I guess, an apricot kind of sheen. It's really pretty. I think it would suit so many skin tones, and it's one of my favorites of all of the blushes that they have. Then for foundation, of course, my pick had to go to the True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation. I've been loving this foundation the past couple of months. I have here N3.5 and N5.5. I'm actually wearing the 3.5 today. The 5.5 I will probably reach more for this one later on in the summer as I get more tan. But these foundations, first of all, the packaging, adorable. They snap really nicely, so you know they're going to stay nice and fresh inside. It comes with a little cushion pad in here, which you then flip open to access your foundation in there. And you just kind of dab that little cushion pad, put your fingers through it, and just pat it all over the face, almost as if you were using a beauty blender. I feel like you get a nice even coverage. I would say it's probably like a medium coverage. If you do a couple of layers, you can get to more of a full coverage, but I feel like the coverage you get is very natural. It evens out your skin tone. It just looks very fresh. It almost looks airbrushed. I really have been liking these foundations a lot. And keeping on with face products, this next one is brand new. It actually just came out, I believe, this year, and it is their Infallible Pro Contour and Highlighting Palette. Mine is the number 813 Light, and it just comes with two contouring and highlighting powders. You have your more bronzy contouring shade right here and your brighter highlighting shade here, which I actually like this highlighting shade, surprisingly enough. Usually I always like the bronzing or the contouring shade, but I never really like the highlighting shade. This one's really pretty. It definitely highlights, definitely gives a little bit of a glow. You can set your under eye concealer with it, and the contouring powder is just the perfect shade, and this little brush even pinpoints exactly where you would kind of pop that contour, and I use it to kind of apply and pop that color on, and then I'll take a fluffier brush to blend it out with. And it's a really great travel friendly little go-to set, which I think is amazing. And again, it's affordable from the drugstore, so definitely a pick. If you guys have not checked it out, you should give it a shot, or at least check it out in your local drugstore. Now moving on to eyes, I actually wanted to talk about my favorite eyeshadows from L'Oreal, and I haven't really been a fan of their palettes because I feel like they're a little bit pricey for what they are. The Nude, I think they're called like the Nudes or something like that, but I have become a humongous fan of their individuals. I think they're called the Color Riche Mono eyeshadows, meaning singles, and I have 6 here to share with you guys today. These are creamy eyeshadows. They're definitely powder, but there's something very creamy as you're blending them on and using them. I really like them. The only drawback I have found with these eyeshadows is that they don't blend well together. So if you want to do like a halo effect where you have one color on the outer and then you want to put a brighter color in the center of your lid, they're not going to blend that well unless you use your fingers. But today what I did is I used 4 of these 6 shades. I took this lighter shade called Cafe au Lait, which is like a light kind of taupey color, in my crease. Then I darkened up the outer V with Quartz Fume, which is a darker, more chocolatey kind of a shimmery brown. And then with my fingers, I applied Sunset Sienne, which is like a kind of almost orangey terracotta bright shade. It looks really pretty for the summertime, I thought. And then I brightened the inner tear duct with Paris Beige right here. Just a nice matte creamy white, and I also highlighted underneath of the brow bone. If you're looking for a white matte shadow from the drugstore, I highly recommend Paris Beige. And I also have these 2 other shades, Teal Couture, which to me seems like a dupe for the MAC shadow in Plumage, and then Bleu, which is a beautiful royal blue color. And they have green colors, they have a bunch of colors, but these are the 6 that I picked up and that I have been loving. Moving on to brow products, I know that they recently came out with something similar to the Brow Wiz. I actually bought it, but I have not tested it out yet, and I should have done that before filming this video, but I have been playing with this other product, loving it, and I had to highly recommend it. And it's the Brow Stylist Plumper, basically like a mascara gel that adds just a little bit of color to your brows, can kind of fill in sparse areas, but it also combs and holds those hairs in place without that crunchy kind of hairspray feeling. They stay and they hold in place, but it doesn't feel like stiff helmet head, if that makes sense. It's kind of comparable to the Benefit Gimme Brow, except you get way more product for a lot less, and I actually like this one better because I don't think that the Gimme Brow really holds my eyebrow hairs in place. It just kind of adds color and fills in, where this does that plus holds it in place. So it's pretty awesome, and it's a lot cheaper than the Anastasia Brow Gel as well. Now moving on to a little product that I wish NYX had when I did their best of video. L'Oreal definitely has it, and it's nail polish. I had to pick 2 of my favorite colors. Right now are these kind of glittery, shimmery 3 shades. I'm wearing this one today. It's called the Statement Piece. It's just a glittery gold reflect, shimmery, probably better for the holiday polish, but I just thought it was so pretty and I wanted to wear it for this video today. The Statement Piece is something that is ongoing. It's permanent in their nail polish collection. So if you go into your local drugstore, anywhere that sells L'Oreal, they should have this shade. The second color, unfortunately, is limited edition. I had to go online to buy it, but it was worth every penny, and it's the Masked Affair shade, which I believe came from the 50 Shades of Grey collection that they released maybe last year or so. It's number 701, and it's a holographic nail polish. It's the kind of nail polish that when you wear it, you will want to sit outside all day under the sun just staring at your nails, because under the light, every little movement you make will catch a different color, almost like a prismatic effect. And this Masked Affair is, I think, my favorite nail polish of all the nail polishes that I own, and I own way too many. So these are my vote for the L'Oreal nail polishes. And last but not least, I have some lip product. I'm actually wearing one of them today, and it's the Infallible Pro Matte Gloss. This is in the shade Nude Allude, number 517. It's kind of like a rosy pink that has just a teeny bit of terracotta to it. They're very comfortable. They're not transfer proof. If you kiss, you know, it's going to come off on your hand, as you can see, but the color is going to remain intact on your lips. They feel hydrating, just like a very comfortable, soft. They're not like a lip gloss. They're almost like a creamy lipstick, but lighter weight, if that makes sense. They will transfer though, but they'll stay on your lips at the same time, which I think is awesome. And this is my favorite color of the collection from the Pro Matte glosses. As far as lips, I have 2 categories. They're ongoing, you know, permanent collection of lip colors, and I have 3 here to share with you. The first one is the lightest of the 3, and it's called Tickled Pink. I would like to describe this as a fairy pink, very light pink. It's sort of frosty. This is the color I actually wore on my wedding day, so it holds special memory and a special connection to me. The next shade is a little bit darker, and it's very popular here on YouTube. A lot of people have mentioned it in Holy Grail nude lipstick videos, and it's in number 800, Fairest Nude. It's very similar to one of the colors I'm going to talk about next, but this is from their permanent collection. And Fairest Nude I would describe as a neutral nude pink. It's not too peachy, it's not too pink, it's just somewhere very neutral, and it's a great everyday go-to shade. And the last color I have from the permanent collection is 839 Cinnamon Toast. I've mentioned this color before, I believe, in my everyday go-to lipsticks. It's a gorgeous kind of cool tone brown, a little bit of red to it, and I love this when I want to do a vampier lip but still be like everyday appropriate. Really pretty color. Again, that's Cinnamon Toast. And then, as I was saying, the Fairest Nude is similar to another shade I was going to go over with you, which would come from the collection exclusive, which are in the black tubes. And to me, it's very comparable to the nude shade, the Jennifer Lopez shade. It's very similar. This one might be slightly pinkier than it is neutral like the other one, but a gorgeous go-to, very creamy, one of my absolute favorite nude lipsticks from the drugstore. And then the other shade I have to share with you is for those vampy nights when you want a brighter, bolder lip, and this one is Zoe's Red. Zoe Zaldana, I believe, is the one that coined this pretty red color. It's kind of like a berry red. Really vampy, pretty. Wear it in the day, but definitely great for night. So that concludes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my little mini review kind of compilation of favorites from the brand L'Oreal. If you guys have recommendations for other drugstore brands you'd like to see in this best of series, please leave that information down below in the comment box. Or if you have any recommendations or nominations for some high-end best of videos, then leave that below in the comment box as well. And I can start going through all of my makeup and figuring out my top faves. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already, so I can see you guys in my next video. So without further ado, let's just dive right into this video.